All right, let's bring in Josh Holmes, co-host of the Ruthless podcast. I chuckled just now because it's like, of course this was how it was going to be. It's not even been 6 weeks since he's been in office, or it's just been about that. Let me just show you real quickly, and everybody at home. This is a comparison of New York City to other cities, other states. Pennsylvania and Florida, gigantic states, have lower budgets and much higher population than New York, and yet this is what Mamdani thinks he has to do. So more of that to come?
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much exactly what he told New Yorkers he was intending to do. You got to love this shakedown, right? Bankrupt our state, or else I'm going to bankrupt our city, which is what it will amount to with this kind of budget and those kind of tax increases. My favorite part about the progressive left these days, Dana, is this childlike sense of wonderment and amazement that all of the policies that they promised in campaigns and rhetoric throughout the years is an unworkable disaster and has failed every civilization in every corner of this planet. Of course, this is going to be the end result. It's interesting that he's getting pushback from within because, look, like as you said, 6 weeks removed, basically, from this guy doing pretty much exactly what he campaigned on.
That's right. Well, we'll see what happens in New York. Let's look across the country, though, because the midterms are just about 8 months away. And you have the Deputy Chief of Staff, James Blair, from the White House, talking to Kudlow yesterday about their plans to get things up and running. Watch here.
The midterm elections is really going to be about a choice. It's going to be about a choice to go backwards to the days that Democrats were in control, which was 4-decade high inflation. That's really what the voters are going to be confronted with, a choice to go backwards to the economic pain they were feeling, or to go forwards for things to continue to get better and ultimately be better off than they were ever before.
And singing from the same song sheet, the vice president was on with Martha yesterday.
I think that the question we're going to put to the American people is, do you want to give the government back over to the people who, frankly, burned down the house and made most Americans much less wealthy and much less safe? Or do you want to double down on the president's leadership?
And Josh, you're no stranger to these tight margins, the balance of power in the House. Indeed, 218 Republicans, 214 Democrats. That's razor tight. And in a midterm year, that can be, a tough nut to crack. But does the White House, do you think, have a plan, plus the economic data to back up at least staving off the losses?
Yeah, I mean, if I had a nickel for every one of those strategy rooms that you sat in and try to figure out the messaging, I'd be a wealthy individual. But look, I'm impressed that they're getting out in front of this and taking this so seriously. It's going to be an incredibly challenging midterm electorate, but they've got the right construct in what that messaging should ultimately be. There needs to be a contrast that you have to run against what it is that Democrats have done to put us in economic peril, whether it's inflation or, the state in which Donald Trump found this country when he was inaugurated. And you need to, secondly, be very, very forward-looking. There is no such thing and no electorate that has ever been totally satisfied with where things stand at a current moment in time. It has to be about a plan for the future. And if you contrast with where Democrats have taken us, and by the way, they haven't changed a darn thing. I mean, that Mamdani proposal we were just talking about, that's basically what congressional Democrats want to do. They just don't want to tell you about it.
And once more into the breach for you, no stranger to health care costs. I read this morning that the Democrats really want to focus on all of that, but the president has some pushback, especially with Trump RX and those things. So great to have you around to talk about it. We'll no doubt see you next week around the State of the Union. Thanks, Josh.
Perfect. Thanks, Dana.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.